Okay, so we are back with more soap. This is going to be season 2, episode 2. So last night we watched episode 1, which was a double length episode. A lot happened. Jessica was convicted of Peter's murder, but then Chester confessed at the trial. So Chester was arrested, but he's not having a very good time in jail because his jailmate is insane and is wanting to break out and use Chester as a human shield. I don't know. This show moves so fast that I've already lost a lot of plot lines. I have no idea what's going on with half of these people. Corinne was almost killed by Doris Roberts, which, go Doris. I'm Team Doris on this one because Corinne pisses me off. She should have let Father Tim marry the Lord and do his thing like he was trying to do. But I've got my friend, I've got my caffeine, and I'm ready to get invested.
In last week's episode of Soap, much to everyone's surprise, Chester confessed to the killing of Peter. Of course, no one's surprised he was sent to prison. Danny tried to convince Elaine not to marry him by faking impotency, but it didn't work. The plan, that is, and now he has to marry her. Jody and Carol are now sharing an apartment, but what they're not sharing is Carol's secret that she is pregnant and Jody's the father. Meanwhile, back in prison, Chester's cellmate Dutch is hoping to escape. Chester, who hates him, hopes he will, but is horrified to hear that he has to go along. Confused? You won't be after this week's episode of Soap.
Smash him on the head again. I still don't like Chester much.
This is the story of two sisters, Jessica Tate and Mary Campbell.
It's gonna drive me crazy counting down on my forehead.
These are the Tates. And these are the Campbells. And this is Soap.
My head's going through enough. It's humid as fuck because it's gonna rain soon and my hair is just a mess. Just a big pink mass. I can't do anything with it.
Ready for what? Escape. We're escaping, no? Shut up! It's night time, for God's sake. What do you want to do? Escape in broad daylight, you moron? At least we could see. Have a little dinner first. Listen, Tate, I want you to attract the guard's attention. How? Scream.
He'll make you scream.
Can't scream. Scream, Tate. No, I can't. Really. No sound comes out. My mouth opens and nothing. I'm a silent screamer. Watch. Nothing. All right, what's going on? Get the keys, Tate.
Hey, Danny.
Yeah?
Hey, Danny, your mother's got our bathroom all tied up on her crying. Can I use yours?
Yeah, sure, but what's the matter? Why is she crying?
Why is she crying? Danny, you're getting married. She's been crying since last night.
She's crying because I'm getting married?
Well, last night she's crying because you're getting married. Tonight she's crying because her eyes look so bad from last night's crying. I don't know, we're all excited or upset. Look at me. I got dressed, forgot to shave. I love the commercials for this razor. Huh? 2 swipes, a guy has shaved his entire face. Cost a man's a eunuch. You know, I've been thinking, Danny, I've been thinking, I'm not going to work forever. I mean, I'm going to retire someday, and I don't want to sell my business. I want to be able to pass it on. So, I don't know, I've been thinking, how about we become partners?
Partners?
Yeah.
You and me? Gee, Bert, that's wonderful. I mean, what a surprise. Only thing is, right now, I'm afraid I can't see my way clear.
You can't see.
Wait, sorry to pause it. Does Bert own the construction company that Mary's husband worked for? I mean, I knew he worked for the construction company, or is he offering to open up his own business and have it be Bert and Son? I'm so lost, but I can also only hear half of the dialogue because my fridge is running.
Your way clear?
Yeah. You see, I have a couple of interesting prospects of my own. I'm thinking of becoming a banker.
A banker?
Yeah.
Come on, Danny, what are you talking about? You just don't go out and be a banker?
Of course
Danny
you
would
can.
not be a good
You rent
banker.
a place, you hire a few tellers, you put up a sign that says bank, and the people come by and drop off their dough.
Danny, first of all, the government controls the banks. And secondly, you need a lot of money to open a bank.
I could borrow some.
You're going to go to a bank to borrow money to open a bank?
No good, huh? Well, I have another very interesting idea. Opening up a supermarket.
Opening up a supermarket.
Yeah. No good? I have a very exciting idea that could revolutionize travel.
Revolutionize travel?
Yeah. I'm in this department store yesterday, right? And they take my money and put it in a tube. And then they put the tube in a chute and thwack! Back it comes with my change.
So?
So I'm thinking, what about a tube like that? But bigger. Carrying passengers from New York to L.A. Thwack!
Futurama.
Be there in seconds.
We have the opening to Futurama all of a sudden.
Listen, Danny. Please, you've got to grow up. I mean, what do you know? Your entire experience is driving a car for the mob, and suddenly you get all these kind of fancy ideas. You know how to parallel park, Danny. That's it.
Also, he's marrying into the mob. Doesn't that give him a job?
Your partner, huh?
Hey, I admit it's not a bank, but it's a start.
Campbell and stepson.
No, Danny, you don't say Campbell and stepson. You say Campbell and son.
Okay.
Huh? Your partners?
Partners.
There you go.
Oh, good.
They're both horrible at shaving. Sharing a mirror or not.
You making those knots secure tape? Oh, yes. I make wonderful knots. That's good. Because you're going to test it. No. Come on. Ow.
Oh, this is fucking stupid.
Oh, I got
Oh, God.
Tate, are you all right? Wonderful.
Wait, are they getting married like right now?
Happiest day of my life.
I know.
It's not.
I know.
It's the worst.
There.
I always thought I'd be nervous but happy.
I always thought I'd be happy but sad.
I'm just miserable.
So am I.
I always thought I'd love the girl I married.
I always thought the girl you'd marry to be a little like me, but Elaine is... I don't know.
She's a pig.
Dan, that is a terrible thing to say. It's awful.
it's true. She is. She's a pig.
She is not a pig. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Now, why is Mary wearing the flowers in the back instead of in the front of her hair?
Can't call her a pig.
Those would be so pretty up in the front.
She is one.
Mr. and Mrs. Bert Campbell are happy to announce the marriage of their son Danny to a pig.
What is Jessica wearing?
What are we laughing at? How terrible it is that Danny has to marry a girl he hates.
Oh, good, a communal nervous breakdown.
So what's the big joke?
You are, dear.
Get your flaky sister out of here, please, and for God's sake, get dressed. The ceremony's gonna start.
I am dressed.
You're wearing that.
Mary's dress is beautiful. Jessica's the one that's a little weird.
Bad luck, and this marriage has got enough going against it already.
Come on, dear. Let's wait outside. You better move it. The rabbi says he's got to leave in 10 minutes. He's got a bar mitzvah, 2 funerals, a bris, and tickets to Pippin.
Dear, they'll be along in just a moment. Oh, you do look lovely. You know, no one would guess you're trash.
Jessica, my God.
Well, what were we laughing about?
I'll tell you later.
Oh, yeah, all right, sure, I'll go.
Well, one thing doesn't change no matter who you marry. You're moving out. I'm losing my baby.
You're not losing me, Ma.
I am. You'll have your own home, your own family, your own refrigerator. You'll never call.
Don't be silly. Of course I'll call.
When?
What do you mean when? I'll call every day.
You will?
Of course I will.
And you'll come to dinner?
Sure.
Every night?
Oh, Ma.
Mrs. Gorney's son got married and moved to California. She hears from him once a year at Christmas. He sends her a card with a picture of his Mercedes. That's it. And Mrs. Kadish, poor soul, her son got married and moved away. She hasn't taken a bath in 2 years. She's afraid he'll call. She'll be in the tub.
Come on, Ma. That'll never happen.
Oh, I know I sound very silly to you. But someday when you have children, you'll understand that you say goodbye to a bit of your life when you say goodbye to your child.
But it's not goodbye, Ma. I'll see you.
Yes, of course you will. We better go. There are 400 Swedish meatballs getting cold out there.
I love you, Ma.
I love you, Dan.
So I do feel for Mary, and I understand what she's going through. It's the empty nest syndrome issue of now all of her children are grown up and she misses them and she's used to having them, you know. This is something I will never experience myself because I'm unable to have children. But my grandmother dealt with it. Even up until she passed, she would get very upset when her children wouldn't send her cards for birthdays or holidays. She had one child that would call religiously every Sunday, but the others would sometimes go months without contacting her, and it was very hard for her. Even even she tried having a boyfriend to move on. She tried things, but she missed her children. She wanted to contact and talk to her children, and her children were off having their own lives, and they didn't have time for mom anymore, unfortunately. And unfortunately, my aunt is finding out what happens after mom's gone, and you didn't have time for her when she was alive. That's a lot of the problem we're having. But we're not getting into that here, even though it's relevant. Is that wine or champagne? Classy.
Perhaps you know, Mr. Lefkowitz. Could you tell me why Jewish sculptors work in chopped liver instead of marble?
Is that
So, what
pate?
about you? You make up your mind yet?
About what, Bert?
About what, Bert? You're living with a girl and dating a boy, so which one's your girlfriend, the boy or the girl? Because if it's the girl, her father gives the wedding, and if it's the boy, just because he's a football boy, don't think you're the bride, and I'm getting the wedding because forget about it, I'm not.
Hey, Elaine. These are my cousins, Corinne and Eunice.
So?
Charlie, a black man you invite? A Schwarzer?
It's their side of the family.
Talking about Benson?
Their side? A black man? A blood relative? Nah, you're kidding. The man's a Schwarz.
Get her.
Schwarz.
Benson, I'm sorry. I really hope you're not offended.
Listen, you're the one who's marrying into this family. If you're happy, I'm tickled pink.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to make a toast. This is an occasion I've looked forward to for a very long time. The marriage of my daughter. When my wife died, I promised her on her deathbed I would take care of Elaine till the day she married, that she would never want for anything. I've kept that promise. And so I hand my daughter over to a fine young man who from now on will take care of her, because I'm completely cutting her off. She'll never get another penny or hear another word from me as long as I live, because she is a disgusting person, and nothing thrills me more than to be rid of her forever, L'chaim.
Fuck! I thought that marrying into this mob family was going to be an end for Danny to have a fucking job because the mob man's not going to let his daughter starve. But no. The man who will openly call his daughter a pig will let her starve. Danny is now trapped with this bitch. But is he out of the mob? That's the question now. Is he out of the mob?
How do we get down? We jump. Forget it. Go ahead and jump, Tate.
Please. After you.
Okay. Oh, don't get up. Why? I need something soft to land on.
The truth, Dennis, Elaine's father cut them off completely. And now they have to go live with my parents because Danny doesn't have a dime.
At least Mary's not
Hi.
losing Danny.
Hi.
She's gaining Elaine.
What are you doing up so late?
Waiting for you.
Well, maybe I should go. Don't go.
Go.
Carol!
That's all right.
I don't want the show to gain
I
in
used to get my
Elaine.
sleep anyway.
I don't like her.
I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night, Carol.
I don't like Carol much
I've
either.
had it with you, Carol. I can't live like this anymore. I'm moving out. Now listen, I'll pay half the rent till you're able to get yourself together. Don't do that, Carol. What? All right, Carol, all right. Carol, okay. We'll give it another few weeks. But you've got to understand that we each have our own lives.
No.
No, you don't understand, and no, we don't have our own lives. Would you talk to me?
Things have changed.
What things?
Things.
Could you be more specific? What?
I'm gonna have your baby.
You're pregnant?
Up until now, that's how you usually had babies.
You sure?
The rabbit died.
Carol, how do you know that it's, how can you be sure that it's...
It's yours.
How can you be sure?
Jody, you were the only one.
But it was only once.
That'll do it.
Baby.
Yes.
A baby.
Right.
You went to the doctor?
Yes.
Well, what did he say?
You're pregnant.
Besides that, Carol, are you okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Healthy as a horse.
Fine, healthy mother-to-be.
Right.
Well, the father-to-be is not your standard model here. And considering he's in love with a man and up until a few months ago was wearing his mother's clothes, but hey, that's okay.
Oh, Jody.
Maybe they made a mistake. Doctors can make mistakes. If you're not an investment banker, sometimes they don't pay attention.
It isn't a mistake.
I see.
Again with the old fuck.
What do you want to do?
I'm gonna have the baby.
You're going to have the baby. You're just going to have a baby.
Be calm. Now, how can I be calm when right after your husband escapes, several other criminals go right up through the same bars that they cut and escape too? And several of them were killers. Don't you worry, we're going to catch all of them. Well, most of them. Well, there's some of them. I don't know.
I can't believe that Dad's an escaped prisoner.
We must shoot escaping prisoners. Set an example. I know this is bending the Geneva Accord slightly, but so what?
Where is Benson? It's time for our dessert. He's down in the basement now.
Oh, darling, would you go down and get him?
All right. I hate the basement. It gives me the creeps.
The basement doesn't bother me a bit. It's the attic I hate. I don't like the ocean.
Neither of which are in your
ocean
house,
always scares
Jessica.
me.
I wonder where Daddy's gonna go.
Probably Mexico or South America. Oh, I don't think so. Your father and I went there once on a cruise, and he never got out of the bathroom. Well, what is keeping Billy? Corinne, please go and see where your brother is.
Oh, only if Eunice comes with me.
Oh, honestly, Corinne.
I once escaped from a POW camp. I dug a tunnel with the spoon and carried the dirt out in my shorts. And after 10 months of digging, I finally made my escape through the tunnel. Oh, it was a beautiful tunnel. There was only one thing wrong with it, though.
It came out right in Hitler's dressing room.
That's nice, Daddy. Eunice, Billy, children, come on now. I'm ready for my dessert.
That's strange.
I also ruined my only pair of shorts.
Hello? Yoo-hoo! Where is everybody?
She sent 3 people. Couldn't
Is
she
this
have
a
gone and got the
surprise
dessert
party?
herself?
Because if it is, I'm not telling you my age. All right, now, come on. Fun's fun, but everybody come up. All right. I'm coming down now. But please don't anybody scare me. Billy? Eunice? Ren?
That looked like the criminal's hand.
Will Danny and Elaine find happiness even though he thinks she's a farm animal? Will Bert and Mary find happiness living with Danny and a farm animal? Will Jody have to change his life once he's changing diapers? Will Sheriff Tinkler find Chester, Dutch, and the other escaped criminals? And if he does find Chester, what kind of shape will he be in? What's happened to Benson, Billy, Eunice, and Corinne in the basement? And what's going to happen to Jessica? These questions and many others will be answered on next week's episode of Soap.
Okay, so I am going to watch the second episode here tonight, so it will also be up tonight. I think because that arm that came out, I saw the blue on the collar, so I think what's happened is that Chester and Dutch is what they said his name is, have come and infiltrated the Tate household and are now in the basement. Though I don't know where they're keeping everybody because that room looks small. We're gonna find out, I guess, in the next episode of Soap.